Hey guys, welcome to Craving for Baking. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some chocolate peppermint cupcakes for the Christmas season, and over this period I'll be making so many Christmas recipes for you guys. So here are the ingredients for these delicious and amazing cupcakes. So to begin, into a large bowl I'm going to add in my unsalted butter, and you want to make sure it's softened or at room temperature, along with my 2 sugars, my brown sugar and my granulated sugar. And then using a hand whisk I'm going to mix that until it's really nice and fluffy and completely combined. And since there's more sugar than butter, it won't be as light and fluffy as you'd expect, but that's fine. You just want to keep mixing and it'll get as creamy as it can. So you just want to keep mixing until you get something like this. And then you can begin to crack in your eggs one at a time. So after you crack in one, give it a really nice mix to make sure that the egg is fully incorporated. And then you should kind of get a silky smooth mixture. So once you've done your first egg, you can go ahead and crack in your second egg. And then you want to give that another nice mix so you get a really nice smooth liquidy mixture. And of course you can do this by hand. I just used a hand whisk because, you know, it's a bit easier, but if you want to do it by hand, by all means do it. So once that's done, you can go ahead and add in half of your flour mixed with your baking powder. And you just want to mix that in, and you want to start, if you're using a hand mixer, at a really low speed so that you don't get flour everywhere. And while you're mixing, just add in a little bit of milk, don't add all of it in. And then you just want to mix that until the flour is really nice and incorporated. So now that we've done that, we can sift in our cocoa powder. So we've already added in half of our flour. Now we're going to add in about half of our cocoa powder, which would be 1.5 tablespoons. And then you just want to sift that in, since cocoa powder does come with loads and loads of lumps, but that's just its nature. So you know, you have to sift it to avoid those lumps in your batter. And then you're just going to mix that in. And after you've mixed it in, you'll see that you get a really light brown kind of color, and it won't be brown enough, so you just want to keep adding in the rest of your flour and the cocoa powder. So here is my last portion of flour, a little bit more of my milk, and I'm just going to whisk that together and make sure that it's really nice and combined. There's no little lumps of flour that have not been mixed properly. It's nice and combined very well. Then I'm going to sift in my last part of cocoa powder along with the rest of my milk. And then we can finally mix that, and we should get a really nice rich chocolatey color. And here it kind of looks a bit pale, but don't worry, it was very, very rich in color, so don't worry about that. And then using a spatula, you want to fold that really well, and you want to make sure, as you can see here, you can see little streaks of chocolate batter, if that kind of makes sense. You want to make sure you fold that to make sure everything is nicely chocolatey. And now I've crushed some candy cane, and I'm just going to fold that in. You want to fold it just so you don't over mix your batter and it doesn't become a bit tough. You want this batter to be as light and fluffy as you can get it, so just fold it about 4 or 5 times. And once you've done that, there we can start to put our batter into the tins. So I'm using an ice cream scoop to do this. Obviously you could use 2 tablespoons or whatever you feel you best like to do. and this made about 16 cupcakes, and you just want to put them into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius. And once they come out, you should see they should have a little bit of cracks in them, but they should look really nice, smell really good, and they should have specks of candy cane in them. And you just want to take them out of the tray and put them onto a cooling rack and leave them to fully cool. And here I have my buttercream frosting, and I used a recipe that I've already made before, so I will link that recipe in the description box. I'm just icing my cupcakes here. They're really easy to ice. As you can see, what I'm doing is a little dollop in the center, and then I'm going around that dollop, and then I'm building it up, and I'm not putting any pressure onto the layer beneath. And you just want to do that to all of your cupcakes, and they should end up looking so beautiful like this. But we are not done yet. I have some more crushed candy cane, and I'm going to be sprinkling them over the cupcakes. And it should not have been such a tedious task when I did it, but the frosting did harden up a little bit. That's why I had to kind of press the candy canes in. But if you do it straight away and you don't leave any time, then it should stick, or if you're using a different frosting. Now to finish this off, I'm just inserting some paper straws in there to make it look super adorable and finish off this cupcake. For the other ones, I just iced them really plainly and cut up a candy cane and put them on top, and they still looked adorable. So trust me, whatever you do to these cupcakes, they are going to look fantastic. I hope you guys try this out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!